We're going to take a look at some of the basic formatting issues that you need to be concerned about when writing C# code. Let's take a look. When you write a C# statement, you've got to terminate the statement with a semicolon. So for example, with this line of code, you can see that it's been terminated with a semicolon. Now you could have multiple statements in one line as long as each statement is separated by its own semicolon. For example, I could append another line of code here and just declare a second variable within the same line. As long as it's got its own semicolon, the compiler will interpret that as two separate lines. The next thing you'll notice is the use of braces. What braces do is define code blocks. For example, this class definition is actually a code block. You can see that a code block has a beginning brace and an end brace. And all the code within that code block belong to that block of code. So code blocks allow you to group related lines of code together. A code block also defines scoping level. For example, any variable within this block is determined to be a variable that's local to that block. So this variable is only visible or accessible within this code block. The next thing you'll notice about the code is that C# is case sensitive. When you use the main method, a predefined method, you need to use the main method this way, with an uppercase M. That is not the same thing as main lowercase. You'll also notice case sensitivity here with the keyword class. When you define a class or a class structure, you need to precede the class name with the keyword class, but it has to be in lowercase. Everything in C is about case sensitivity. The last thing we'll take a look at is using comments within your code. There's actually three types of comments that you can create. The first type of comment is just a single line comment. For example, if I wanted to stick a comment right here, I simply precede the comment with 2 forward slashes. To the right of the 2 forward slashes is my comment. I can also put a comment behind a line of code. So I can stick a comment right here. The next type of comment is a multi-line comment. A multi-line comment is a comment that of course spans multiple lines. I could take this entire block and I could comment that out. So the way that I could actually include that in comments is I start with a forward slash asterisk, and then when I'm done and I want the comments to terminate, I start with a star or an asterisk and then another forward slash. Now what that would mean with this code is it's been commented out, so it will not run, will not compile. The last type of comments that C# offers are what are called comments that generate XML documentation. You might see within a class definition the use of 3 forward slashes. This type of comment is a comment that can be used to generate a separate XML file with documentation in it. So the way that you would do a comment to generate XML is you would do 3 forward slashes and then some type of predefined XML tag. Any comment that's preceded by 3 forward slashes is a comment that could be used to generate XML documentation.